find an inverse, what you do essentially is simply go backwards and do the opposite. So for example, in this equation y equals 2x minus 5, we're starting off with x, then we are multiplying that by 2. We're then taking that answer, subtracting it by 5, and we're coming out with y. To find the inverse, we're simply going to reverse direction and do the exact opposite. So for example, we're going to start off with y, and then instead of subtracting, we're going to do the opposite, which is adding 5, and then you're going to do the opposite of multiplying by 2, which is dividing by 2. And then you come back with x. In the last slide, we found the inverse by making a diagram and just going backwards. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it algebraically. To do it algebraically, what you're going to do is you're going to take the y value and replace it by an x, and take every x value and replace it by a y. Then you're going to solve for the brand new y algebraically. So for example, you're going to first add 5 to both sides, then you're going to take both sides and divide by 2. Now compare that to the diagram that we just did, where you're going to add 5, and divide by 2. To show graphically that both of these equations are inverses of each other, we know that if they truly are inverses of each other, that they will be symmetrical to the line y equals x. And that is the line that you are currently seeing in this graph. Next, we're going to graph y is equal to 2x minus 5, and that's this red line right here. Then recall that what we did was simply interchange the x and the y so that all the y's became x's and all the x's became y's. Recall that in order to get the inverse, we simply interchange the y and x. So every y became an x, every x became a y. We're going to now graph x equals 2y minus 5, and that's this blue line right here. You will notice that that blue line is symmetrical to the red line over the purple line being y equals x. And as you can see in the last slide, when we take that, it's this green line which is superimposed on the blue line. And so x equals 2y minus 5 is actually equal to y equals quantity x plus 5 divided by 2. And because both the green and the blue line were symmetrical to the red line across the purple line, then we know graphically that these two are inverses of each other.